Well, welcome back to the Old West. Up yonder, you'll see our church. We didn't use that church too much, maybe sometimes, though, for washing off some of the sitting we've been doing in the saloons. But anyway, that ain't neither here nor there, because this ain't no video about no church. This is the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. A vlog being a video blog. And in this case, they're with me, your friend, Justin Scard. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Anyway, today, we're on kind of an adventure here in the Old West. This historic church in this historic place, Virginia City, Nevada, the heart of the Comstock lode, where they pulled all that silver out of them there hills. And where Mark Twain first got his start as a professional writer working for the Virginia City Territorial Enterprise newspaper right here in town. I have done a vlog about that before. Last time I was in Virginia City moonrise or something like that. We watched the moon rise over this, the world famous 100-mile view out over the desert. Although it's pretty hazy, so let's cut it in half and call it the 50-mile view today. I talked all about how much I love this town, why I love this town, the history and why it's so fascinating. I also did a random land adventure about Virginia City, some of the Mark Twain sites and all that kind of stuff here. But I love two things. I love history. I love learning about Comstock mining here, but I also love cheesy tourist traps like this. So you have real mining here, history, hard work, trueness, and things, and then you have this, tourist mining. Mining them tourist dollars right out of visitors' pockets, because silver may have been the first big bonanza here in Virginia City, but after a while, the fictional TV show Bonanza based some of their adventures around the fictional version of Virginia City, and all of a sudden the next big bonanza started for this town, which was all kinds of tourist traffic. So today Virginia City makes a little bit more money in tourism than it does in silver mining, but it's still alive and well, and probably one of my favorite towns now, even though this is only my second visit in the world. Last time I was here, and this time I was here, I stayed in the haunted, historic Silver Queen Hotel, which you can see in the last vlog that I did, and I think in the Random Land video as well. So I'm not going to show you the hotel. I'm not going to show you the old downtown like I showed you last time, or talk too much about Mark Twain. Instead, I kind of want you to see this gift shop. I've been on the quest, well, it's across the street, might as well. I've been on the quest to find a good Virginia City hat today. A good black and white trucker hat, Virginia City. I haven't really found one yet, but during the quest, I've been wandering the streets of Virginia City, poking my nose into all these different shops, and I think I found one that's more or less my favorite, which is right down here. Let's follow this guy. Staples. This guy right here, his name is Brian, and Brian owns, or runs, these stores right here. Brian, I was just talking about you and your fantastic store. We're gonna go into it any second. Who's this? What's this fella's name right here?
This is Gabby.
Gabby is what attracted me.
Cheapest labor I've ever found.
I actually did this once for $10 an hour. I hope you're not paying him that much. Okay, I'm going in to the Sawdust Trails, coming off the old dusty trail into Sawdust Trails. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this flag here. Controversy, controversy. Shh, we won't look at that. Into Sawdust Trails. One of the oldest buildings in Virginia City, circa 1860. So history mixed with, what else did I say I love? Oh, a little tourist trappiness, a little cheese factor. Here we go. Automatically, my senses are assaulted about. Look at this. What is that? That's a bottle opener in the shape of a skull. Wow, look it. Buzzards, alligators, skulls, creepy pictures of ladies who, I thought it was going to change, but oh, she just gets a little creepier. Jackalopes. Do you know what a jackalope is? A jackalope is a cross between a jackrabbit and an antelope. I feel like at one point people were trying to convince people that jackalopes were real. Did anyone ever believe that? I hope you did, because they are real. Look it, they cut the head off several jackalopes and put them right here. PETA is upset. PETA is very upset. Look at this though. Pirates. Yar. There are more pirates in the Old West than I was expecting there to be, Brian.
Here we go. We're coming down inside of the Sawdust Trails gift shop. Look at all this. Look at all these badges. Look at the old skull. Is that real?
This is real.
That looks real. Okay, I was getting all excited about all this stuff over here, and you just pulled a human skull out of a cabinet. Oh, that's real. Brian, where did this come from? Tell me you didn't get this from your basement.
This came out of a doctor's office.
Okay, that's, at least you have a good story there. Is this a real rattlesnake?
Real rattlesnake.
Okay, one of these almost tried to destroy me the other day. He didn't get quite so ornery as all that, but he started wiggling his tail. I almost peed on him. So he had good reason to be ticked off. You know where I was going with that. That's a real human skull.
Check that out. Isn't that
from
nice?
a doctor's office.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Hi. I feel like this weird mix of should I take my hat off
His name
out
is
of
Uncle Charlie.
respect, or should I just, you know, have a good... I mean, he donated his skull, I'm assuming, I'm hoping,
Nice to meet you.
to medical science. And this is the result. So careful where you donate your organs to. So you just have a whole cabinet of curiosities back there?
Come on back and film it.
Come on back and film back this way? Oh, let's come on back, shall we? Wow. Brian, this is the most amazing store. Here we go. Coming backwards. Look at all this. Are you sure you trust me back here? You don't know what I'm capable of, Brian. I've only known you for 20 minutes. Look at this. Shrunken heads? $500. If I had $500, I would be giving it to you. And taking that shrunken head and then selling it to another guy for $1,000. Sucker. I'm just kidding. Look at this. Is this a bone? Is this Uncle Charlie's shin?
That's a bone.
Femur?
Look at the fish here.
Hubris? What's this fish right here?
That's one of those guys that munch down everything.
Piranhas?
Piranha.
A piranha! There's a piranha in here. Hello. This is the weirdest cabinet I've seen all day. And of course you got your pocket knife here. And your Derringer. So that's always good. Just in case weirdos sneak behind the counter to look at your curiosities. So these are your treasures.
Some of my treasures, yeah.
I like that. I like that. And of course, you have a bullwhip here, ladies. Oh my gosh, thank you for letting me back there. I feel like I was gonna get... What is this?
That there is actually the head of San Juan Marietta and Three-Finger Jack.
Juan Marietta.
And it actually had disappeared after the Great Earthquake. I believe it was, what, 1906 in San Francisco.
Right.
And his head was put on display. And because he was a bandit along with Three-Finger Jack. So have his head on display here.
That is his actual human head. And I completely buy it. Look at this. Look at all this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think our collection's complete? We have all kinds of skins here and wonderful things. Jackalopes, pirates, alligator skulls. Look at this buffalo. This is one of the first things I noticed was this weird buffalo. Somewhat terrifying. This might haunt my nightmares forever. Didn't you say the children are sometimes a little bit nervous to come in?
Yes.
Inside the store, their imagination starts running.
This place, angry spirits dwell, of those animals needlessly hunted and brought down by man's guns and greed. If you feel the cold breath against your back, don't turn around. Just keep moving forward, and maybe the great spirits of the animal dead will move by as they now become the hunters, and you become the hunted.
Brian, this is starting to scare me a little. Is that you pulling on a train whistle back there? That's awesome. So this is pretty much your toy room.
This is my toy room. I'd like you to go back and see Ned Christie back here.
Oh,
He's actually
Ned Christie.
in jail for killing Dan Maples in 1875.
And he's still in jail?
He's still in jail.
He's still in jail. We're going back to the... I'm not sure where the jail is exactly, 100%. Oh, it must be back here. Oh, here we go. It's the jail. Hi, buddy. What you in for? Hey! I honestly should have known that was coming. Look at this guy. Hello, Ned. It's so scary. It's so scary. This is super awesome. So basically what Brian has done here is he was explaining to me a little while ago. I came in for a few minutes at the front door, and then I went out to go get a soda, and told him that I was going to come back in with all of you guys just to make sure it was okay, because this place is too weird. And I didn't see all this stuff though. And Brian was explaining to me that when he got here, it was all blue carpet and white wall. So basically what this man has done is turned work into play, which is my favorite thing of ever. But look at this. Got a whole bunch of actual antiques here inside of all these display cases, as well as things like this. Some sacks of recreational hemp, and also aliens. Virginia City, I didn't know was big on aliens, but there are quite a few of the little green men in some of these gift shops. Mostly this one, though. Mostly this one. And I think Brian said he actually started with posters, and there are all kinds of interesting posters here. And one in particular that I really like is this: Weapons of Pirates. Because when I travel to the Old West, the first thing that crosses my mind is, I need some pirate souvenirs. And actually, this place is pretty chock full of pirate stuff. I hear you, Ned. I can't break you out of jail right now. I'm busy talking about the law. I'll break you out after. We can't leave them any evidence. Okay, look at this. Look at all these weapons. You have, what do you call that? Headdresses, Indian headdresses, jackalopes, bobcats. Ooh! Finally a gun for me. Finally a pistol for me. Did you see this? Look, everybody, a pistol for me, or maybe something for Mom. Coin toss.
Wolverine.
Coin toss. Wolverine. Hugh Jackman. What's this here? What do we have here? Oh, this is the Bonanza
This is the
map.
last map located in Virginia City. It is the Ponderosa map. This would have been on the series.
This is from Bonanza,
Starts
the
Burning.
TV
Starts
show.
burning up.
Okay.
In the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things you can find here.
Yeah, you've got all kinds of weird and interesting
Alaskan
things.
brown bear.
Alaskan brown bear.
The snake up here
That's a massive bear. Is that bear real?
is very real.
Is that one real? The one dangling?
Very real. Very real. Black bear,
Ooh.
Alaskan brown bear. 7 foot 3 inches put down there.
7 foot 3 inches. Are you talking about the snake?
Snake.
What is that? A rattlesnake?
It's a rattlesnake.
No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you, ma'am. I don't want that rattlesnake in my purse. Brian, how long did this take you to put together all this stuff?
15 years.
15 years and almost your entire family fortune, and you've done it. It's a masterpiece. A masterpiece. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. I really like these, by the way. If you guys come to Virginia City, 100% make sure you come in here, because they have all kinds of geodes, including these. I've never seen these geodes. These must be from the rare spray paint variety. No, I'm kidding. They don't look spray painted, but they're super weird. But all these weird little dig kits, the shark teeth ones, the gemstones, the dinosaur ones. I've done those with Mike. Whoa! Wait, so these are real. So these came
These are
from
real.
the actual
This
Comstock?
came out of the
So
Comstock.
I was just saying, you have a really weird mix of, like, actual animals. Can I touch this bear?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I haven't touched.
That's a black bear.
It sure is. He's so scratchy. I was expecting this bear to be softer. Oh, you're so handsome. Look at you. You're fulfilling all your childhood dreams of being a giant rug. You scare all the children, and all the ladies admire you, and all the men think you're handsome. You did it. You did it, Blackie. Look it. See what I was saying about the aliens here? That one looks like a convict.
He is convict.
He looks like he
actually
escaped.
Found about 7 miles from here. He inside about, I think the story goes, he's been preserved for a long time, around 1876. He was
Jeez.
dug up, and he was actually, well, taxidermed,
Stuffed.
stuffed.
Mummified.
And he was actually in our territorial prison up
So
here.
this isn't just any old, ordinary visitor from outer
No.
space. This is a historic visitor.
Yes.
He might have known Mark Twain.
Put
So,
some money in the shooting gallery over
This is just the first. Shouldn't I be giving you money? This is just the first section. Now, stepping over this, which, by the way, that's awesome. Did you paint that on there yourself?
Yeah.
You are a great painter, Brian. You're a great painter. And past all of these, which are actually super awesome. There's all kinds of super awesome stuff in here. And all more skulls? Because nothing says family entertainment like death. Sort of true, actually, if you think about it. I think I've used that line before, but it's still true. Look at all this. There's a raccoon, a bison, or bison as they call them, somewhere, probably, maybe. Look at this. A cougar. What's she doing here? She should be looking for youngins. Oh, here we go. Here goes Brian. Whoa, there comes the bear. Oh, you're a crack shot. It is wild. Shoot him, Brian. What do you say? I need to buy myself what? Ah! Where'd all the mirror? Get him, Brian! Shoot him! They're coming now. The cat. Oh, we're done. That was awesome. So you basically built yourself your own Disneyland.
Our own Disneyland.
He's got his own Disneyland here, surrounded by all kinds of wolf shirts. Which, by the way, wolf shirts. There's a million wolf shirts. Look at this guy here. So you can see why, as soon as I walked in here, I was like, yes, 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 and more yes. Here's the trapper. Here's the outhouse up here. Basically, Brian in here has created his own Disneyland. Rather than just, he said he started out with a couple of posters and the rent money and basically nothing else. And he's not only has he built himself a nice little, you know, souvenir business here, but he's also managed to make it fun at the same time. That guy has a lot more fun going to work than you and I do. Let me tell you, look at this. How? This right here, by the way. See how he's holding the cigars? You know at Disneyland we'd always talk about that wooden Indian there on Main Street? This is what wooden Indians were for, was to let you know that they sold tobacco in stores. So they would often be holding cigars, and the reason is because tobacco is native to the United States. So in the minds of the white man, tobacco is very tied to the Native Americans who smoked tobacco. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted you to know about the whole cigar thing. So really, Jimberly, which is what I call the Indian on Main Street, should be holding, well, the indigenous American on Main Street should be holding those. Look, it's Prince Albert in a can. Do you have Prince Albert in a... Hello? Hello? Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you should let him out of there. I don't know what that is. But it looked... An old butter churn? Well, it looks a lot easier than the old up and down butter churns.
Check out the monkey skull.
The monkey skull? Oh, I always love checking out a good monkey skull, Brian. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Where did you even get that? It's a monkey skull. Actually, it looks just like the one my mom has on her kitchen sink.
Does it?
No, she doesn't have one on her kitchen sink. I was lying. I was just telling you a stretcher. Look at this, though. Do you ever try on the little hats for fun, just to see? Here, try the, put the black one on.
Sometimes I do.
See, look at this. After closing, when the tourists go home. See? I knew it.
Historical Virginia City.
I knew when I walked in here that somebody had built a playground. I knew it. Look at over here, you can get your fortune told by Zoltar. How's it going, everybody? Be careful, there's monkey skulls everywhere. Monkey skulls everywhere. Hello, everybody. This is, oh, look at this. Look at this. I really like these things. I'm sorry. I just like to be a
Take them
spaz.
and show them the Pops Country Collectibles.
Pops Country.
That's another expansion of the store here.
Oh, another. So how many is this total? So you have
We have,
the Sawdust Trails, then you have the shooting gallery. I love the big sign for Zoltar. Zoltar!
Look at the super-sized gun up there.
I saw that earlier. It's a giant gun. What do you need a gun that big for? What are you defending yourself from, Brian? What's going on in Virginia City? What you really need is to start selling these.
Oh, these are nice.
Leather bracelets with cobras on them. Then you have the power of the cobra. You don't need a gun. You can stop bullets with your mind.
This is
Probably.
another expansion of my toy
Look at
store.
this.
I like signage, so All the signs you see in here are our vintage. There may be 25% that's not, but all of it is old.
So the kid inside of you first wanted the playground. You had your playground, and you thought, I want candy.
It started with a fort in my backyard.
Okay.
And expanded off here.
Okay. This is awesome. But you said you started the store and there was just white walls, right? White walls and blue carpet.
Blue carpet.
Turned into that.
That was it.
And now you're expanding. Pretty soon you'll own the whole town. And I welcome the expansion. Look at this. Candy, 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 candy. I wonder how much of this huckleberry, I wonder if I could have this. I was just saying, I wonder how much of this candy is gluten-free. They often use flour, though, on the belts for taffy to prevent it from sticking, you know, when they make it. So I don't think I could have taffy, but I'd really like to try huckleberry taffy. Look at all these signs. So Brian has found a way to incorporate all of his collections, all of his hobbies, and all of his interests into his work. Starting with a couple of posters and becoming this. Look. This is actually pretty cool. I like this little old-fashioned penny candy type thing. I really love these too. Lemon drops. My grandpa used to carry these around all the time and give me some lemon drops, and it was like kind of a nice little thing. He always had lemon drops. Another thing old timers used to have all the time was butterscotch candies. All the time. I feel like a lot of different older gentlemen would give me candy. That sounds weird. I feel like a lot of the older people when I was growing up, the older generation would have little candies and give them away. Like, oh, would you like a butterscotch? Would you like a peppermint? As a matter of fact, I went to Ed Asner's house once to help a friend film an interview with him. And he goes, would you like a butterscotch? I thought he was being sarcastic because he was, you know, using his gruff, swearing Ed Asner talk on me earlier. He's like, would you like me to wear pants or sit here with my stuff hanging in the breeze? You know, because he was asking us what we wanted him to wear in the interview. Anyway, so he asked me if I wanted butterscotch, and I thought it was a trick. So, but because I just wanted to see what Ed Asner was going to say to me in his living room, I said, sure. And sure enough, he pulls up and he reaches into his pocket. His pocket of his lounging around the house pants, by the way, reaches in his pocket and pulls out a butterscotch and hands it to me. I still have the wrapper. Ed Asner gave me a butterscotch. Carl Fredrickson gave me. Anyway, look at this. These are all those weird, gross. Look at this. There's some really weird sodas in here. There's some really weird sodas in here. What am I doing? Just talking to the whole internet. Don't worry about it. Look at this. Cookie dough soda. Would you ever try cookie dough soda? It sounds disgusting. And good. I wonder if I could have cookie soda. I can't really have cookies anymore because of the wheat. Because of the wheat. I have celiac disease, for those of you who don't know, who are always asking, why are you always talking about gluten? I have celiac disease, so I can't have anything with wheat. I really want this. Taste Mars? Taste Mars? What's in this? What's in this? I'll have to look at it later. I'm coming back to look at that because that's the greatest thing ever. You might see an Instagram of this or many other Instagrams of the Live Fast, Die Poor, all one word, all lowercase, no spaces, Instagram. Also, maybe a few pictures on Twitter, at Justin Scard, that's my name, at Justin Scard. But we're not done with this adventure. Don't think I'm winding up here because there's more nooks and crannies to explore. So last time I was in Virginia City, Star Wars. This is exactly what I drove. Hundreds of miles and spent all this money and time, and I finally found a giant Star Wars postcard with Darth Vader. This is actually a super rad picture from The Empire Strikes Back, as a matter of fact. Look at that. This is like one of the greatest scenes ever in movie history. When Darth Vader, when the door opens, Han Solo thinks they're going to have a nice lunch, and the door opens, and Darth Vader is standing there. It's like one of the greatest things that's ever happened. I just realized I've been wearing my sunglasses indoors this entire time, like the cool guy that I am. I'm really cool. Me and James Dean are we're like that close. No! I don't have $1. Why don't I have $1 right now? I will do anything for $1. Oh my gosh. I need $1. Look at this. It's Mark Twain. A fortune-telling Mark Twain. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to come back with $1 and I'm going to get my fortune told by Mark Twain and film it, and I'm going to put it on my Facebook page. Justin Scarred Facebook page, because I don't have $1 on me and I don't usually edit these vlogs. Mark Twain, the fortune. Oh my gosh. So go to the Facebook page to see that. Look it though. Oh wow, these are pretty cool too. Built-in MP3 pocket. This sweater is part of the Matrix. Where do you fit the MP3s? I can't think of a good joke. I can't think. These are the jokes, kid. Look at this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Well, my name is Mark Twain. I was born in a little town.
I'm actually too excited to think of my own Mark Twain quotes.
I was born in a little village by the name of Florida, Missouri. Ah.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at this guy. Mark Twain. Mark Twain. My number one homie. There's another Mark Twain mannequin in the window of my hotel down the road. Okay, here we go. Now this looks a little more standard over here. As I understand it, this is the newest edition. Grow your own century plant. That's kind of awesome. If you know what a century plant is, that's pretty awesome. And this is a little more standard and a little more usual. I like this. Look at this little scene here. This kind of seems like something you would put with a model railroad. Look at these bears just playing with the welcome wood. You got all these little leather straps on these cowboys. It's kind of weird because I feel like I have to have seen a million of these, like in people's houses. But if you mention to me like ceramic bears and Indians, I never think, or wolves, I never think of people's houses. I just think of gift shops and racks of them. So the reason I've never purchased something like this is because I always think, where would I put it? I don't have a whole shelf of wolves. But you wouldn't, would you? You would just have the one wolf and other things on the shelf like a normal person. But because I think of these from being on tour in a band and from coming to places like this so much, I can't just own a thing. This is why I can't have nice things. I hope that made any sense. Look at this. All kinds of flags and hats and light poles. So not quite as many props yet, but you can see it's starting to fill up. Wanted. Good woman. Must be able to cook, clean, sew, and shovel horse stalls. That's the way to catch a beau. That's the way to catch a beau. Look at all these blankets and things. Oh! The perfect Old West souvenir is right here. It's right back here. A samurai sword. Oh my gosh. I need to call my mom. This is not, I wouldn't expect this, you know. Virginia City, historic silver mining town, samurai sword. But even though it's unexpected, it's the most amazing thing ever. What is this? Oh my gosh, what is that? I'm almost afraid to touch it. Look at... Evil dream catchers, dragons. I know what's going on here. It's some sort of cult. Run for your lives. You have the cult skull here. I don't know what that is. Do you know? Does anyone know what that is, or it's some kind of powerful evil skull? Fight it with the power of the cobra. The power of the cobra. The power of the cobra. Oh wait. He's a veteran. It's cool. He's a veteran. He fought for his right to party, and he can party however he wants. It's cool. He's a veteran. And you have to respect that. Oh, look at this jackass. Whoop! You guys thought I said a bad word. It's a donkey. It's a donkey. It's a donkey. It's a donkey. Look at this. This is why I love Virginia City, because you can see all this touristy stuff. And then 2 seconds later, you see an actual guy who probably just got off a horse no more than 20 minutes ago. Anyway, so there we go. You have all these different shops. Pops, Country Collectibles, Pops, Soda Tin Signs, and Magic. That was the one with all the candy inside. And then, of course, you have the Sawdust Trails right next to this huge gun, which you don't need if you have one of these. The power of the Cobra. If you don't know what the power of the Cobra is and you have no idea why I'm screaming, go back a few vlogs and you'll figure it out. Look at this. So anyway, historic 1860 building. with these old tin stuff made in the foundry at Gold Hill, Nevada, just over the divide, as they call it, just over the mountain there. And then inside of this historic building, you've got all of this stuff. Brian, do you know what was in this building in the
This was an
Comstock
old
era?
mining house. This was an old mining house. Mining supply house.
Mining supply house. And now,
And actually, the buildings would have continued all the way through, up around 4 buildings.
really?
Yes. And probably around into the 1900s, they had sectioned them off.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they separated them into smaller spaces.
Smaller
And now
spaces, yeah.
you are reversing the trend
Reversing the trend.
and taking over the whole block. Soon you'll be owning the barbecue place as well. Anyway, thank you very
Sounds
much,
good.
Brian. I really enjoyed a look around.
you.
Sawdust, do you have a website or anything, or no?
No website.
Just come to Virginia City and come here.
Yeah, tell them your website.
Tell them my website, livefastdiepore.com, of course. Anyway, goodbye, Brian. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. This might be the best souvenir of all. By the way, he just paid for the shooting gallery just to show you guys the shooting gallery. That was really nice of him, because I was asking him, like, how, if I come in here and pay for the shooting gallery, do I pay you or what do I do? Look at this. So Brian's like maybe the most interesting person in the entire city so far. Next to this guy I met last night named Jimmy, who was a photographer in the 60s and was telling me all kinds of crazy stories about women folk and other things. Oh look, is this a field trip? Is this a field trip here? Oh no, some kind of camp. So we have all the children. Look at all the children. It looks like I'm touching them, right? It looks like I'm touching them. They're all learning about history, and hopefully they're gonna go learn about some tourist trap type gift shop. I love gift shops like that. Please honestly support things like that, because that's freaking epic. Look at this clock. Look at this old clock. Look at this old clock. Yeah, I think it's... Oh, that's his clock. Never mind. Look at this. Zephyr's Cove. I thought it was going to be more exciting than that. Anyway, Virginia City, very historic town. Comstock mining here. They have an old steam railroad going on. The Virginian truck is still chugging away down there that I might check out later. I'm going to be in town for at least one more night here, scoping out things to film, hopefully on this trip, maybe on the next trip. I did get some random land filming. Those are the edited sort of mini documentary style or format videos, which I film. And yes, why is it so bright out here? I just realized I was wearing the sunglasses indoors the whole time, then I walked outdoors and did not have, look, here we have the Fireman's Museum. The Fireman's Museum. Okay, we'll look at one more thing together, shall we? Shall we? One more adventure. We saw the cheesy touristy stuff inside the Sawdust Trails, which was super epic, and I kind of need to go back in there and buy some stuff. How you doing, gentlemen? And now we're going to see something real. The Fireman's Museum. Ooh. Hello.
How are you?
Good. We're going to be very quiet and respectful inside the Fireman's Museum because we don't want to cause a scene. We don't want to cause a panic. Look at this. This is a double vertical piston pump steam fire engine. And I didn't even read the sign. I just knew that because I'm really into fire. I'm high. Look at this guy behind us. He's really weirded out. He has no idea that you're in there. He thinks I'm crazy. Look at this. Divide Hose Company #2. So this is all the equipment, obviously, of the Virginia City. What am I looking at here? What is all of this stuff? Is this all actual equipment from Virginia City from back in the day here?
Yeah, it all served in Virginia City with the fire department from 1861 on.
I do like how the plaque outside talks about the Great Fire and how no matter how hard anyone tried, they couldn't put it out. It's sort of like a monument to the failure first before.
It was pushed by 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, I see. 40-mile-an-hour winds. That was 1875.
Yes,
1875. October 1875. The whole town pretty much destroyed by a massive fire. So, as you might imagine, fighting fire became very important to Virginia City. And because Virginia City was pulling all that silver and gold, mostly silver, out of the ground here in the Comstock lode, there was quite a lot of money invested into this town and into the mines, which also, incidentally, the mines would sometimes burn too, which, as you can imagine, was very frustrating for everyone. Lots of people unemployed and out of work when the mines would get destroyed. So they would have invested, as time went on, in a bunch of different fire technology. Look at this. This is one of my favorite things ever. Can you guys see this? I know there's a glare all the time. Those are grenades. Those are grenades. Let me see if there's a label on this one. Those are fire extinguishing grenades. They have this extinguishing stuff in there. I don't think it's water. I think it's something else. They're called glass fire grenades. And what they would have is they'd have this chemical stuff in them. I don't think water. Some kind of chemical to extinguish fire. And you would chuck it in there and it would break theoretically inside the fire. So if you couldn't get inside the burning building, you would chuck these grenades inside. This is before the era of high-powered hoses and fire hydrants and stuff like that. But I always thought that fire grenades were very, very, very interesting. Look at this net here for catching people. Woo! Look at that lady in there. Is really stoked to be jumping in that net. It's sort of a dead end here, so I have to kind of walk around the other side. Virginia City Fire Museum. We're being looked at a little bit suspiciously. Mostly because of the hyper lanky nature of my arms. Sorry about that. Look how long and weird my arms look. For some reason, everywhere I go, people are looking at me, and I think it's because of my arms, and I'm getting really self-conscious about it. I don't know what to do. Look at this. So Virginia City, if you don't remember the last vlog, is very vertical. It's built on the side of Mount Davidson, like in a series of steps, so that, as Mark Twain put it, if you walked out the back door of the first floor of one building, you'd be looking at the roof of the building on the street below you, which is pretty much true. We just entered from the street level, and as you can see, we're looking at the roof of a very, very tall building here. Look at that. So this is what the backs of all the buildings look like. You can hear the old steam engine chugging away down there. Hopefully I'm going to check that out later. Anyway, I'm still on a road trip looking for random land things to film, looking for wonderful things to explore on the Sometimes vlog. Hopefully we'll be back in the Fire Museum at some future point. But for those of you who actually care about fire museums, I'm just going to give you a brief look around. Here, look at all this stuff. So here's a 1839 Christian height hose carriage. So this is just to carry a big old hose around. Pretty fascinating. 1839. What would they have been connecting the hoses to in 1839? It must have been hand pumps, I would imagine. Because I don't imagine they'd have too many fire hydrants. I don't know the history of fire hydrants that well. I don't know when fire hydrants were to come into play. I was in Bodie yesterday, which is a massive abandoned ghost town on the eastern side of California. Very, very remote, out in the middle of nowhere. And Bodie lasted into the 1940s, so they had these, so they actually did have fire hydrants and running water and electricity and stuff before the town was abandoned. But I started thinking to myself, these fire hydrants look really, really old. They don't look like 1940s or 30s or even 20s fire hydrants. They look really old to me. So obviously some more stuff for hoses. A lot of stuff for hoses. This right here has a pump. So I'm assuming that they could shoot water out of this one. I don't know. I don't know a lot about fire. I probably should come in here and actually read the science first before inviting all of you in and showing my ignorance off. I don't know too much about fire. I have a weird question for you because I don't know. When did fire hydrants start appearing anywhere?
1873. Here in Virginia City, a guy named Herman Schussler designed the water system that came into town. The cisterns and wells started drying up, so they needed to find water. They went to Marlette Lake, just below Lake Tahoe, and they piped water down into Washoe Valley.
Oh, that's what they were talking about, the hotel. Okay.
Yeah, they had to invent new water pipe because the pressures in the valley were upwards of 800 pounds per square inch. And then it caught a reverse siphon, came back up over the Virginia Range here into Virginia City.
Okay, so it was 1873 they started having fire hydrants here.
Yeah.
What about everywhere else?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Ben Franklin designed the first fire hydrant in the 1700s.
Really? Okay, so they're a lot older than I
It was a
thought.
hollowed out log, but I mean, it was...
What did they put, this is my last question, what did they put inside of those glass fire grenades? We were looking at the glass fire grenades. I couldn't remember what they put in it. Some kind of chemical though, right? It wasn't water.
Tetrachloride, something tetrachloride. It is a chemical. Something tetrachloride. I can't remember exactly.
See, if I was a firefighter, that's the job I would want. I just want to be the guy that chucks the grenades.
Those things don't get used anymore.
Oh yeah, but I mean back then, if I could go back in time and be a firefighter.
And they were designed to sit in a little rack on the wall, and the rack was held together by a little.
Oh, so those are kind of like fire extinguishers? Like you just have that in your business and chuck it? Oh, that's
so then
awesome.
the fire heats it up, it breaks that that solder, it falls and breaks in the base of the fire. Or you can take it right out of the rack and throw it at the base of the fire.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was almost like an automatic way to do it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. This museum is maintained through donations, although, as you saw, through my failure to get my fortune told by Mark Twain, I don't have any cash in my pockets. I will be coming all the way back to Virginia City. I'm going to be here all day today and the good majority of tomorrow. So I'll go back in there, explain to that guy what in the heck was happening. By the way, there is actually one of these in town. One of those cool old west cheesy gunfight situations where they all dress up like characters from Tombstone and shoot each other and put on kind of a comedy show. And I haven't yet actually sat in there as an audience member and watched it, but I've heard it over and over as I've been walking down the street, and it's pretty awesome. Look at this over here. We got the old donkey engine. It's funny, that was my nickname in high school, the old donkey engine. That's what they called me in high school. They called me the old donkey engine, and there it is. I never knew what they meant.
You want me to take a picture of you over there?
Oh, no, that's okay. I got it right here, but thank you very much. Look at this. Just me and the donkey engine. Spoiler alert, they did not call me that in high school, but they did call me another name for donkey, which I mentioned earlier, sort of by accident. Look at that church over there. Look at it, isn't it nice? It's a nice church. They're nice bricks. There's so much stuff I want you to see. Look at this. This is the old Washoe Club now, or Washoe Club. I've heard a lot of people here say washout, and I've heard a lot of people here say washoe. Which one is it? Washoe or washow? Washow is I've heard washow more times, so I'm gonna assume it's washow, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna say washoe 50% of the time, just so that way half the time I'm right. Seems like better than being wrong all the time. Anyway, this guy over here is about to lead them on a tour of the old Washoe Club, including the Millionaires Club, which was located upstairs, in which all the notable nabobs and dandies of the day would drink and have their time up there. And it's purportedly very, very haunted. It's been on all those Ghost Adventures and those shows like that. And it was featured in my last Random Land video here in Virginia City. But anyway, as much as there is to see here, and as much as I want to see it all with you guys, I'm gonna have to go. What's that? Oh no, we're just doing a, hold on, I'm just explaining. No, we're just doing a vlog. We're just doing a vlog, man. How are you guys doing though? Yeah, you're doing good? That's nice. So we're just gonna keep wandering down the streets of old Virginia City here for another minute or so, while I tell you guys about all the wonderful things. Go to Spreadshirt, livefastiput.spreadshirt.com. There's always some kind of deal. People ask me all the time what the coupon codes and stuff are. It's at the top of the page when you visit. livefastiput. I love this store because there's all kinds of music going on. Blues music and jazz music. It's my favorite thing. Oh, he just said a swear. Look at these. Redneck wind chimes, that said. Beer cans. I get it. That's funny. Anyway, you can go over to livefastiput.spreadshirt.com and see some of our nifty t-shirts. I should be wearing one right now. Or these cool hats. These super cool hats. We don't have Power of the Cobra bracelets, but you can get these at Disneyland. But we do have Power of the Cobra t-shirts. So you can channel the Power of the Cobra and punch. There's also patreon.com/JustinScarred if you'd like to put a pledge in, a monthly pledge. And, oh, that's a good picture right there. I like that. I like what's happening here. Now I'm in the picture. No, sorry, I'm gonna squeeze through. Anyway, you can go over there. Get at me on Twitter, Justin Scarred. There's 2 R's in there. I'm not scared. I'm not scared, okay? I'm not, ow! Fights! I'm not scared though. I'm not afraid. My screaming startled this gentleman here. Sorry about that. Sorry about the screaming there. Hashtag sorry, I'm not sorry. I lied. Look at, sorry, I should probably give you a look at the place we're actually at. Virginia City, Nevada. Anyways, facebook.com/JustinScarred. All these wonderful things, I'll put them down in the description. This has been a very long vlog. Thank you for joining me for 44 plus minutes in old Virginia City, Nevada, looking at the weirdest gift shop in the West and the wildest town in the wilderness. I love you guys very, very much. If you want to learn more about Virginia City beyond just my videos, make sure to check out the Mark Twain book, Roughing It. I love it. It's one of my favorite books of all time, which means I'm a huge fan of this place. It's like being in Mordor or something. Or what's a Harry Potter reference? Because I never read those books yet. Yet, people, calm down. It's like being in a Hufflepuff town. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a muggle. Okay. Love you guys. See you later. Just for watching this vlog for 45 minutes, you've done your duty. And that means you can go home and sleep well.